A home repair company in North Carolina has been ordered to pay 2 former employees a total of $50,000 for discriminating against them over religion. So now Mackenzie Saunders and John McGaha sued Aurora Pro Services for firing them because they refused to attend mandatory prayer gatherings held by the owner of the company. Again, let me remind you that this is a home repair company, not a church. Okay, so in their lawsuit, the non-religious former employees claimed that they were retaliated against for trying to skip out on these meetings, which one of them described as cult-like. They were ultimately fired as a result. So after that had happened, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunities Commission essentially filed it on their behalf, the 2 employees, and said that at least since June of 2020, Aurora Pro Services had required employees to attend daily employer-led Christian prayer meetings. These meetings, conducted by the company owner, included Bible readings, Christian devotionals, and soliciting prayer requests from other employees. So your boss, imagine basically making you be a member of a prayer meeting, a prayer group. Why? Again, first off, why is this home repair company hosting Bible study meetings? And secondly, why are you forcing your employees to take part? That's not right. Now, in an October court filing reviewed by the Washington Post, the company said the prayer gatherings weren't actually mandatory. No. Well, we pushed back against that. They weren't mandatory. We just wanted people to be there. Well, according to the suit, McGaha, a construction manager at the time, had asked to be excused from these prayers because he identified as an atheist. That's not my religion, man. I don't really feel comfortable going to these prayer meetings. I'm not sure. I don't share your religion. I don't have anything. Well, maybe I do have something against your religion, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. I don't want to go to the meetings. However, the owner declined the request, saying, no. All employees were required to participate in these prayer meetings, and that it would be in your best interest to show up. I don't care that you're not religious. I don't care that you're an atheist. In fact, I think that it would be in your best interest to show up. So I can save your soul or something. He asked again, and the request was denied, and was told that you still had to attend even if he, quote, didn't like it. He refused again, and then was subsequently fired as a result. Now, that was McGaha. The other, Mackenzie Sanders, she was a CSR, a customer service representative. She was fired on January of 2021. So she had stopped attending these meetings and said that it was due to conflict with her personal beliefs as someone who was not an atheist, but just agnostic. So she described the behavior in these meetings as, again, cult-like, and as the boss during these meetings would constantly rant. Now, she also claimed that the owner required everyone to recite the Catholic version of the Lord's Prayer in unison, again, on work time. So now the first thing I think when I heard the story, the first thing I thought is, oh, look, hey, do you remember when, a lot of these so-called religious people, right, would say things like, I don't really mind gay people. It's just they're shoving their lifestyle down my throat. Oh, it's in the workplace. It's on the TV. It's in media. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I just wish they would just stop shoving it down my throat. Well, what do you think this is? This is, again, during the work. This is work hours. It has nothing to do with the job that you actually have to do. Nothing to do with the industry that you're in. And yet, there's this, no, you must go to these meetings. You must go to these meetings and you must recite the Lord's Prayer with me from my specific denomination. Now, furthermore, the suit alleged the owner would take roll call before certain meetings. Oh, is Miss Saunders there? Miss Saunders, she didn't show up. Not good. Then, of course, if you didn't show up, you would be reprimanded. The meetings could last up to 45 minutes, and sometimes they said specific employees who made mistakes at work were called out in prayers. Oh Lord, please forgive Mr. Smith for not restocking after his shift. What? No, that's ridiculous. So, look, these complaints, again, investigated and found that they were, again, inappropriate. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission announced that Aurora had settled to pay Magaha $37,500 and Saunders $12,500 to settle this religious discrimination and retaliation lawsuit. Part of the settlement will require Aurora to train its employees, including its owner, on anti-discrimination and religious accommodation policies. Federal law protects employees from having to choose between their sincerely held religious beliefs and their jobs, said Melinda C. Dugas, regional attorney for the EEOC's Charlotte District Office. Employers who sponsor prayer meetings in the workplace have a legal obligation to accommodate employees whose personal religious beliefs conflict with the company's practice. And so, look, here's the thing. Nobody said the owner couldn't have religious, prayer meetings. Of course they can. That's fine. But if you're going to have prayer meetings, you can't just then tell your non-religious employees, you better show up or you're going to get in trouble. You better show up. In fact, I'm not going to target you since you're not religious. I think you need to be at the meetings even more now so that I can convert you into my religion. And we know that's what it's about. Of course. But you can't do that and tie that to that person's job. And that's what was happening here. Look, this should be a very simple concept for a lot of people to understand. Again, this is First Amendment. This is freedom of and from religion. But apparently there are some people who do not understand this concept and will, throw out all logic, all decency to try to indoctrinate them essentially into their religious cult. And that's what was going on here. Now, at the end of the day, this is a clear win for the rights of non-religious people in this country. And honestly, we needed a win. Now, that said, year by year, non-religious people, non-affiliated people are continuing to grow in number, which leads to more and more situations like this happening and coming to light for people who are, trying to not only just hold on to their religious beliefs. And again, I don't find any problem with holding on to your personal beliefs, but there's been certainly, as the number of religious people will continue to dwindle in this country, you are going to see people who are stepping up their efforts to evangelize others to, I guess, essentially restock the number of people in their cult. And honestly, that's what I see religions as. And so this is a big victory for people who just want to have their non-religious freedom, the freedom to not have to believe in any religion and have their rights under the First Amendment respected when it comes to their workplace. If you want to be, preached at, you go to a church, not to work.